Hello everyone, this is Jeff Brown out here at Riverton Livestock. Week of May the 12th out here. Just had a light run of cattle. Pretty typical here for the middle of May. We'll have a light run here throughout this month and then go into June where we start skipping every other week for our summer schedule. The cow market would have been steady to 5 higher. All the grass cattle, whether you're a pair bred cow or a stocker, would have been steady with the last 2 weeks. Box beef, choice cut, I went to 475 a hundredweight this week, another level that has obviously never been seen before. And some good news out there, Senator Chuck Grassley out of Iowa and John Tester out of Montana, both behind a bill called the 5014. It's now a standalone bill, not tied to anything else. It's a standalone bill that they're trying to get through. 50% negotiated sales picked up within 14 days on anybody with packing capacity of 125,000 head or more. Well, this is good news for all of us. Good news for all of us. It's a shame that we need a bill to do this, guys. We're trying to get back to 50% negotiated sales. We're now down to less than 10%, 6 to 8% negotiated sales. Used to be 100%. Been about a 70-year transition into the way we trade live cattle. Your bottom 8% are determining the starting point of how we indicate value or how we determine value for the upper 90 to 92% of the cattle, the good cattle. The bottom end of the cattle are determining what the top end is worth. In a nutshell, guys, that's actually the exact opposite of how the auction works. The good cattle are supportive to what the bottom brings. We pre-sell the good cattle. We put all of our efforts into the front end of those cattle here, and it makes your bottom end of your cattle, your commodity end of your cattle, actually worth more. They're trying to get back to that in the fat cattle trade. That all started in the 50s when fat cattle buying went to the country. It's been 70 years ago that competition has been eaten away and deteriorated to the point that we're here trying to get a bill like this 5014 passed. Guys, I hope we learned from our past mistakes. I hope small packing comes back in a big way all across the nation. I've said this a month ago, we don't need another major packer. We need 1,000 little ones, just like the microbrews did in the beer industry. Guys, we need 1,000 of those little packers, but I want to caution you guys that are thinking outside the box, that are thinking about feeding some cattle, fattening some cattle, enhancing your local economy, enhancing your local experience, connecting yourself back to the ranches, back to the farm. I want to caution you, don't make arrangements. Have competitive bidding. Be proud of your product. Put it in front of the public. Talk to your auction operator. Figure out ways to make competitive markets. We've had enough arrangements over the last, several years, and all they've done is take away the ability to negotiate to the cowman. Use competition to your benefit, guys. That's been the entire problem. If we had more time, I would take you back through the entire history of that and show you decade by decade of how the deterioration to the cash market in the live cattle has gotten us to this point. It's a quite interesting study, but it's interesting to me to think why we're after this, and it's a big deal today, this 5014. But we've let it happen. We've let it happen, guys. We need to learn from our past mistakes. Let's get better from this. Let's get better. Let's be smarter. Create competition. I hope packing comes back to Middle America in a big way. Small packers, where they can't break you. We don't need another major packer, guys. We need Middle America doing this. Even if it's only 5, 6, 7% of the cattle population, that's enough to make a big difference. A big, big difference. And do it in a competitive fashion, guys. Be proud of your product, proud of what you do. Just imagine wherever you're at. Lose your local market. Well, that's a scary thought. Think about that for a minute. You know who's been pushing all this 3014, 5014 mandatory country of origin labeling? It's your auction operators, guys. That's who's doing it. That's who sticks their own neck out personally, week after week, into this cattle market, creating competition, pushing, doing what they do, right or wrong, creating competition. Guys, it's time that we recognize what really works and what hasn't. Let's don't buy into any more of that vertical integration business. We're not part of that game. Let's have competition. Your cattlemen, be proud of it. Keep talking about that checkoff. We need to do something different with it. Great program. We need to use that money for something else. We need that mandatory country of origin labeling back in a big way. We need it back in a big way. Guys, you know, Pat Goggins wrote an article several years ago in the Livestock Roundup. I mentioned one that he wrote about competition, how he didn't want to be in any business that lacked competition. Well, he also wrote an article that I can remember several years ago too about the auction method. Why the best racehorses, seed stock, back in the days, diamonds, all your jewelry, your best real estate was all sold at auction, because that was the only way to have true price discovery and really achieve what something was worth. You know, there's a lot of products out there that we really don't know what they're worth, and the only way you find out is through competitive bidding, price discovery. Very important. Let's keep a hold of it, guys. It is crucial to Middle America. Go talk to your local auction operator, guys. I promise you, I got a couple great customers that have received bad checks, guys. And there's no quicker way to be loyal to your local auction than getting a bad check out there in the country. There's multiple reasons why this method of marketing is very important. Multiple reasons. And I invite you to study it. You know, give me a call here, 307-856-2209. Love to discuss your marketing needs and go into depth, if you'd like, on the importance of these to your local economy, wherever you're at. I believe in it now more than ever. I'm going to sign off for now, but get behind this 5014. We're gaining some traction, and maybe we can right some of the wrongs of the past here. And this is your industry, you cow guys, stocker operators. This industry belongs to you, and we're proud to serve you at these auction markets. And we thank you. But pay attention, and let's keep this ball rolling. See you next week.